Happy Telling Tuesday! Can you believe we are in the last week of April? It's kind of blowing my mind a little bit. But let's get to our story. The fable inspiration for this week is The Frogs and the Well. The fable's in the description, but when I read this fable, my creative spark was, the question I asked myself was, when was a time when a friend stopped me from doing something dumb? But the very first thought that came to my mind was a time when a friend did not stop me from doing something dumb. So, as a child and a teenager, I was a really good kid. You can ask my parents. They will agree with you. I seldom got in trouble. I got good grades. I didn't want to rock the boat. But I did want a captive audience. I always have, I suppose, and probably always will. But that's what got me onto the speech and debate team. Like my shirt that I found? I was a senior in high school, and the Farmington High School speech and debate team, we were just settling into our hotel after an afternoon of competing in a suburb of Albuquerque, New Mexico. And my best friend Anne and myself, we had somehow convinced our coach, Mrs. O, that we, being seniors, deserved our own hotel room. And we got it. We were feeling free. Free from parents, free from schoolwork, free from the cares of this tournament. It just felt good to have some space to ourselves. We gorged ourselves on candy, jumped on the beds, and sang show tunes at the top of our lungs. We were being pretty rebellious. A knock at the door brought our party to a halt, and we stifled giggles as we opened the door to find Mrs. O making her rounds. She reminded us, "Now, girls, you must be kind to your neighbors and don't leave your room." And then she totally surprised us by handing us the judging sheets from the rounds, the 2 rounds that we had done in the afternoon. And as Anne and I took those judging sheets and looked through them, our eyes got wide and we could not stop smiling. Look at this! We got first in both of our first 2 rounds. Anne and I, we competed in a dramatic duo, was the division that we were competing in together. And on these sheets, we had almost perfect scores, and like I said, top of our round. We were on cloud 9. But Mrs. O said, "Now don't let this go to your head. Get a good night's sleep and wow the judges again tomorrow." And then she headed on to her next room. How are we not supposed to let scores like that go to our heads? And how are we supposed to go to sleep? No way, Jose. Could not happen. Anne said, "I can't believe this is so cool." And I said, "There's no way I'm going to sleep right now." We were doped on sugar and bursting almost with celebratory adrenaline. We had to figure out a way to let it out. And neither Anne nor myself were very good at mischievousness, and I don't know who can take the credit for the idea. But in the field next to the hotel was a railroad track, and we decided that we were going to go put pennies on that railroad track so they could get smushed. And without much forethought, we snuck out of our room, tiptoed down the hall, went down the stairs, out the back hotel door, and into the field. We ran across the field like fugitives. We wanted to scream, but we only let it out in giggles. Our pennies were put on the metal train track, and then we sat down to wait for, I don't know what, maybe the next good idea. But the stars above us were spectacular, and the smell of sagebrush filled the air. We sang some more of our favorite songs and began to dream. I said, "Won't it be amazing when we take first place tomorrow?" Oh, I could see it. And then Anne burst my bubble when she asked, "Holly, do you have the key?" I did not have the key. I don't even know if the key left the room with us. But we began to search. Up and down the train tracks, in and through the sagebrush and the tumbleweeds. Ouch. No key. And I think that maybe one of the things that made me such a good kid when I was younger was my wild imagination. Because there I was, looking for the key, thinking, we're going to be expelled. I'm not going to graduate. What am I gonna do? And even with the fear, I still was enjoying the excitement fluttering of my heart and this crazy night. And finally, with trepidation, we made our way to the front desk to ask for another key. And I'm sure that the desk clerk did not believe our story about visiting our classmates next door without our key. But he didn't give us a hassle, and we got a key. Got back to our room. Adrenaline was long gone. Fear had drained us, and we slept. We had to confess to Miss O the next morning because she'd heard tell of someone's escapades. And her response to our confession was, "I'm too tired to care." Poor Mrs. O. And my dreams did not come true. Somehow, either Saturday's judges were looking for something different than Friday's judges, or our late night escapades had totally hindered our performance that day, because we didn't do even half as well as we had done on Friday. But now, 20 years out, I would have to say that I will take that memory on that star-studded night with my dear friend over a trophy sitting on a shelf any day. Hope that got you thinking of some delightfully mischievous memories of your own. And I hope you have a fabulous week, and we'll see you next time. Go ahead, like, share, subscribe, and go tell somebody a story. Thanks.